Hello, hi guys. I welcome you to Smart Kida Current Affairs, June mock drill 5th. The central government has launched the Trusted Telecom Portal under the National Security Directive on Telecommunications Sector. The portal has been developed by and implemented by the Center for Development of Telematics, CDOT. Now, what is this portal? Actually, all the telecom service providers. What are the telecom service providers? Telecom service providers are like Jio, Vodafone, Airtel. They are now asked to work only through the Trusted Telecom Portal. All the things that have been sourced for the critical infrastructure have to be from trusted sources. What does that mean? That means that ZTE, which is a Chinese equipment maker, or UIV, will not be used in the telecom products. Right? The portal is developed by the Center for Development of Telematics, CDOT. Headquarters of CDOT is in New Delhi. Executive Director is Dr. Rajkumar Upadhyay. CDOT function under Ministry of Communications. The Ministry of Labour and Employment has announced that Employees State Insurance Corporation will extend benefits of its health insurance cover under the Employees State Insurance Act 1948. It is popularly known as the ESI Act to all casual and contractual workers at municipal bodies. So headquarters of ESIC again in New Delhi. Director General is Mukmeet S. Bhatia. In case you have to take a blind guess of like if you don't remember what are the headquarters, then you can always take the blind guess New Delhi in the paper if it is related to any government organization. If it is related to a financial organization, then most of the time it is in Mumbai. So this is a smart technique if you don't know the headquarters of an organization. Indian Coast Guard has conducted Operation Olivia. Olivia is basically related to olive ridley turtles. Right? These olive ridley turtles congregate always on the Odisha coast for breeding and nesting from November to December. They are listed as vulnerable under the International Union for Conservation of Nature's Red List. So they are very vulnerable. In case the population falls down to extreme levels, then they will be critically endangered. To stop this phenomena from happening, they have conducted the Indian Coast Guard has conducted the Operation Olivia. So a question can come, who has conducted Operation Olivia? The answer is Indian Coast Guard. And the question can also come that what is the name of the operation that was conducted by the Indian Coast Guard for protection of turtles? The answer is Operation Olivia. Headquarters of IUCN is in Gland, Switzerland. President is in Shenzhen. CEO is Bruno Oberle, founded in the year 1948. Gujarat has inaugurated High-Tech Command and Control Center 2.0 for the effective implementation of various educational projects as well as child tracking and real-time monitoring of educational activities. The state-of-the-art CCC 2.0 will be useful for monitoring of activities in the 54,000 schools covering over 3 lakh teachers and 1 crore students across the state. So students from standard 11th to 12th who have a smartphone tablet will get education under the Home Learning Management System G-Shala application and e-content. So this is basically a high-tech command and control center for the educational projects. As you all know that the educational activities have suffered a setback in the government schools due to lack of online infrastructure in India, lack of online internet facility in India. So this system is very important not only for educational activities but also for child tracking. Remember that this is child tracking, not child trafficking. So basically this is for tracking the child's report card. So this Gujarat has inaugurated High-Tech Command and Control Center 2.0. Students from 1st to 12th in Gujarat will get education under this G-Shala app. Gujarat's capital is Gandhinagar. CM is Vijay Rupani. Governor is Acharya Devvrat. Uttar Pradesh Cabinet has cleared a proposal for the construction of a bus station on par with the international standards in Ayodhya at a cost of 400 crore rupees. The Cabinet has given its nod to proposal for the construction of a 4-lane flyover on the Ayodhya Sultanpur Road. So a world-class bus station in Ayodhya costing rupees 400 crore will be made. UP's capital is Lucknow. CM is Yogi Adityanath. Governor is Anandiben Patel. UP goes to election in the next 1 year. On June 16, the TRAI, that is the Telecom Regulatory Authority of India, has launched a TV channel selector web portal for consumers who could not access its mobile phone app of the same name due to lack of a smartphone. So TRAI has launched a TV channel selector web portal for consumers who could not access its mobile phone app. Headquarters of TRAI is in New Delhi. Chairman is PD Waghela. Ministry of Tribal Affairs and United Nations Development Project has launched an Adi Prakshikshan portal and inaugurated a 3-day program on capacity building training of masters trainers for STPRI members. This was done as a part of the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav in New Delhi. So Minister of Tribal Affairs Arjun Munda, constituency is Khunti, Jharkhand, and headquarter of UNDP is in New York, USA. Administrator is Ashim Stina, founded in the year 1965. Mukund Goswami has appointed as the brand ambassador of the Corona vaccination program of Maharashtra. Maharashtra CM is Uddhav Thackeray, Governor is Bhagat Singh Koshari. So Mukund Goswami is appointed as the brand ambassador of Corona vaccination program. This is for the speedy implementation of Corona vaccination in Jalgaon due to his selfless service. R.K. Singh, who was earlier the secretary but now he is the Power and Renewable Energy Minister, has announced to set up a committee for the implementation of the roadmap on energy efficiency and low carbon technologies. So Bureau of Energy Efficiency has developed 2 programs, namely Roshni and Unnati for 2021 to 2030. These programs will lay down the sector-wise action plans for the period for this 1 decade. TRAI, again, the Telecom Regulatory Authority of India, has released an amendment to the Interconnection Regulation of 2017. They will provide a framework for technical compliance of conditional access system and subscriber management system for broadcasting and cable sector. So this Interconnection Regulation of 2017 will be for broadcasting and cable services. I have discussed that the headquarters of TRAI is in New Delhi. Chairman is PD Waghela. Cabinet has approved the proposal of Ministry of Earth Sciences and Department of Fertilizers on the Deep Ocean Mission. This Deep Ocean Mission is with a view to explore the deep ocean for resources and developing a deep sea technology for sustainable use of ocean resources. Now the Deep Ocean Mission will have 6 major components and the estimated cost is 4,077 crore for a period of 5 years. Apart from this, the Union Cabinet has also approved the nutrient-based subsidy for phosphatic and potassic fertilizers for 21-22. Union Cabinet has approved the plan to corporatize the 41 ordnance factories into 7 fully government-owned corporate entities based on their production type. It also means that the Ordnance Factory Board established by the British India in 1775 will cease to exist. Headquarter of Ordnance Factory Board is in Kolkata, West Bengal. Chairman is Ani Mohan. So all these 41 ordnance factories are going to be corporatized. Kerala has given the green light to begin acquiring land for its Silver Line, its flagship high-speed railway project aimed at reducing travel time between states' northern and southern ends. If you know Kerala, Kerala is like this state. It's on the southern end of India. So from the northern to the southern, it will be a very, very easy journey if the time period is reduced. The total cost is approximately 63,940 crore and it is billed as one of the biggest infrastructure enterprises being pushed by the LDF government. Uttar Pradesh is going to launch pink booths. These pink booths are for encouraging the women of the state to take a shot of the coronavirus disease vaccine. These booths will be operating in all the 75 districts of the state. A COVID-19 recovered patient was airlifted from Madhya Pradesh to Mumbai after being diagnosed with green fungus or aspergillosis, the first such reported case in India. CM of Madhya Pradesh is Shivraj Singh Chauhan and Governor is Anandiben Patel. Karnataka has announced 1 lakh relief to each family under the below poverty line, which has lost an earning or an adult member due to COVID-19. So basically there are 2 conditions, either he should be an earning or an adult member has been lost. The decision will benefit around 25,000 to 30,000 such families and the respective cost will be 250 crore or 300 crore to the state exchequer. Karnataka's capital Bangalore, CM is B.S. Yedurappa, Governor is Vajubhai Vala. Odisha has launched e-Pathshala and e-Mulyankan facilities. Odisha plans to activate the Odisha Shiksha Sanjog, a WhatsApp-based program to share e-content. The e-contents will also launch Radio Pathshala or Shiksha Darpan for class 1 to 12th on Doordarshan. So Odisha is taking these huge steps. Apart from this, Odisha was also in news because they have supported the hockey teams, both hockey teams of male and female in India, and the teams performed exceedingly well in the Olympics held this year. So Odisha's capital Bhubaneswar, CM is Naveen Patnaik, Governor is Ganeshi Lal. Indian IT industry is on track to achieve its vision of $300 million to $350 billion revenues by 2025. So the industry is going to continue a net hire of skilled talent according to adding 138,000 people in financial year 21 and a robust hiring plan for financial year 22 with top players TCS, Infosys, Wipro, HCL and Tech Mahindra alone planning to add over 96,000 employees. Headquarters of NASSCOM is in New Delhi. President is Debjani Ghosh. Ministry of Home Affairs has operationalized the national helpline 155260 to prevent the financial loss due to cyber fraud. So this is the new helpline 155260. This is by the Ministry of Home Affairs, and this is for preventing financial loss due to cyber fraud. Whether it is OLX, whether it is Google Pay, whether it is any online payment service, it is under immense threat due to the cyber frauds that are done by criminals. So this kind of helpline will ease the pressure on the people who are frauded, and this will also prevent financial loss. Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Industries has extended the validity of EM Part 2 and Udyog Aadhaar memorandums till December 2021. Right? So now only PAN and Aadhaar will be required for registration of micro, small and medium enterprises. This is a very important part because most of the time the industries are stopped from growing only because of lack of documentation. Nitin Gadkari is the minister for this ministry. Ministry of Environment and Forest and Climate Change, Babul Supriyo, has released the updated version of Desertification and Land Degradation Atlas of India. So basically this module is from June. Earlier he was the minister for the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Now he has resigned from politics altogether. Right? It has been published by Space Application Center ISRO Ahmedabad. The event will observe the release of coffee table book India hosting UNCC COP14 and a short film of UNCCDP COP14. Right? So very, very important. Ministry of Road Transport and Highway has made PUC certificate for all vehicles uniform across the country. These changes were made under Central Motor Vehicle Rule 1989. So basically under this, Pollution Under Control certificate will come with a QR code. This will be covered on the PUC form and will have details of the vehicle owner and status of the emission of the vehicle. Ministry of Road Transport and Highways target is to reduce road accident deaths by 50% by 2024. Narendra Modi has launched a customized crash course program for COVID-19 frontline workers. The aim of the program is to train about 1 lakh frontline workers in a span of 2 to 3 months. The training program will be conducted in 111 training centers spread over 26 states. Kokborok dialect, the second official language of Tripura, was recently used by Tripura CM Biplab Kumar Dev. The dialect is spoken mostly by state's 33% indigenous population. Kokborok was declared as the second official language of Tripura in 1979. The CM is also in news because of assassination attempts on his life. So assassination attempts on his life. Tripura's capital Agartala, CM Biplab Kumar Dev, Governor is Ramesh Bayas. The National Highway Authority of India has made the usage of drone mandatory for recording development, construction, operation and maintenance of all national highways. Now this is a very important thing because by the operation of drone, a lot of corruption can be stopped, a lot of evaluation can be done of the projects by the director sitting in New Delhi. Also, all the recordings can be used for checking the progress of the roads. So contractors and concessionaries shall carry out the drone video recording in the presence of team leader of the supervision consultant and upload comparative project videos of the current and last month on NHAI's portal data lake. The chairman of NHAI earlier was Sukhbir Singh Sandhu. Now he is the chief secretary of Uttarakhand, founded in the year 1988. Headquarters of NHAI is in New Delhi. World's third largest diamond of 1098 carat was found in Botswana. The world's largest diamond was discovered in South Africa in 1905. That was 31606 carat. Botswana's capital Gaborone. Pula is the currency. President is Mokgweetsi Masisi. Coming to banking and economic affairs, Carix Mobile and Axis Bank have come together to deploy conversational banking solution for Axis Bank through WhatsApp. So this conversational banking solution is nothing, but they can now start a chat with the bank to conduct frequent banking activities on the go. So basically that pop-up which comes, hey, how I can help you? Hey, I am there. Hey, I am Axis Bank representative Priya. Hey, I am Axis Bank representative Rohan. I am here to help you. So you can use it through WhatsApp. Headquarters of Carix Mobile is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. CEO is Jay Sheth. Headquarters of Axis Bank again in Mumbai. MD and CEO is Amitabh Chaudhary. Tagline is Badhti ka naam zindagi. RBI has revoked the deposit taking status of DHFL, that is the Diwan Housing Finance Limited, and has reclassified it as a non-deposit taking housing finance company. Now this Diwan Housing Finance Company Limited has been taken over by the Piramal Group because the Competition Commission of India gave its nod that Piramal Group can overtake this company. So headquarters of DHFL is in Mumbai. CEO is Kapil Wadhwan. Headquarters of RBI is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Governor Shaktikanta Das. Established in the year 1st April 1935. LIC Card Services Limited has partnered with IDBI Bank, so that they can launch a contactless prepaid gift card Shagun or RuPay platform. The Shagun gift card will offer flexible loading amounts ranging from 500 rupees to 10,000 rupees and a validity of 3 years. So this is the new scheme by LIC Cards with the IDBI Bank. So they can launch the prepaid gift card Shagun on RuPay platform. Headquarter of IDBI Bank is in Mumbai, Maharashtra, as well as LIC is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. CEO is Rakesh Sharma, established in the year 1964. Tagline is Bank Asia Dost Jaisa. Bank Aisa Dost Jaisa. ICICI Bank has launched a comprehensive set of digital banking solutions called ICICI Stack for the corporates. Now, what are the schemes that are given under the ICICI Stack? They are financial services, pharmaceutical services, steel and their entire ecosystem, and they will be covering all the 15 sectors for these companies. Now, these digital banking services will be offered to all these services sector, and it has also opened 8 ecosystem branches, 5 in Mumbai and 3 in New Delhi. MD and CEO of ICICI Bank is Sandeep Bakshi. Tagline is Hum Hai Na. RBI has, in the June 14th news, expanded the scope and coverage of Bharat Bill Payment System. Now, this Bharat Bill Payment System will expand the scope and coverage of this, and currently direct to home, electricity, gas, telecom and water are payable through BPS. Now, mobile payment recharges will also be covered under the Bharat Bill Payment System. Right? It was launched by the National Payment Corporation of India in 2016 on pilot basis and became operational in 2017. Indus ID Bank has launched the Indus Easy Credit, a comprehensive digital lending platform. The headquarters of Indus Bank is in Pune, Maharashtra. MD and CEO is Sumant Katpalia. Tagline is We Make You Feel Richer. So the Indus Ind Bank customers can avail personal loan or credit cards on a single platform in a completely paperless and digital manner. RBI has released the consultative document on regulation of microfinance. The key proposal of the consultative document include common definition of microfinance loan for all regulated entities. So headquarters of RBI Mumbai, Governor is Shakti Kanta Das, established in the year 1st April 1935. Google Pay has expanded the tokenization of the credit and debit cards with SBI, Indus ID and HSBC and Federal Bank. The platform earlier rolled out tokenization with Kotak Mahindra Bank, SBI cards and Axis Bank. Ministry of Tribal Affairs has launched a new tribal livelihood initiative called Sankalp Se Siddhi Mission Vandhan. Now remember this scheme because this is a very important scheme. This is occurring every time in each news related to the Tribal Affairs Ministry. So Sankalp Se Siddhi Tribal Mission Vandhan. 7 new Tribe India outlets were inaugurated at Jagdalpur, Ranchi, Jamshedpur and Sarnath. With these outlets, the total number of Tribe India outlets has grown up to 141. The Sarnath outlet is the first successful collaboration in the Ministry of Culture at an ASI heritage site. So Sarnath is basically the where our Ashoka pillar is housed right now. So Ashoka pillar is at Sarnath. So Ministry of Tribal Affairs launched the Tribal Livelihood Initiative Sankalp Se Siddhi Mission Vandhan, and this was established. Sarnath outlet was established with the Ministry of Culture. Odisha has launched the Pitha on Wheels. Now this Pitha on Wheels is the 3 initiative ahead of the 3-day Raja festival, one of the most popular ones celebrated at the onset of monsoon. So basically this was done ahead of this festival, Raja Festival Odisha. Tamil Nadu has announced a 61.09 crore Kuruvai paddy cultivation package for more than 2 lakh delta farmers, aiming to bring additional area under this short-term crop. Right, so this will enhance the acreage beyond the targeted 3.5 lakh acres this season. The new CM is MK Stalin. Full name is Muthuvel Karunanidhi Stalin. Karunanidhi was his father. Governor is Banwari Lal Purohit. Bihar has launched 2 ambitious schemes christened as the Mukhyamantri Yuva Udyami Yojana and the Mukhyamantri Mahila Udyami Yojana, so that they can promote entrepreneurship among youth and women of all sections under the state's Mukhyamantri Udyami Yojana. So basically these 2 schemes are specifications of the same scheme, Mukhyamantri Yuva Yojana and the Mukhyamantri Mahila Udyami Yojana. Youth and women wishing to start entrepreneurship will get a loan of rupees 10 lakh. Bihar's capital Patna, CM Nitish Kumar, Governor is Fagu Chauhan. Yuka Saso, Philippines has won the 76th US Women Open Golf Championship in San Francisco, California, USA. Philippines capital Manila, peso is the currency. President is Rodrigo Duterte. So this 19-year-old Seso has become the first Filipino player to win a golf major. Milkha Singh, the flying Sikh, an Indian athlete sprinter. He passed away. He was Padma Shri awardee. I think all of the listeners who are listening to this mock drill know him. There was a famous movie, Bhag Milkha Bhag, he was portrayed by Farhan Akhtar. He was 91 years old. Right? The 1958 Commonwealth Game champion and the 1960 Rome Olympian has tested positive for the COVID-19 on May 20. He has won 4 Asian Games gold medals. June 16th is the International Day of Family Remittances, and India is either on number 1 most of the time or number 2 in family remittances. People who send money from outside the country to India come under the remittance scheme. Theme is recovery and resilience through digital and financial inclusion. Asian Dengue Day, declared by the 10th Asian Health Ministers meeting in 2010. May 16th is the National Dengue Day in India. It is spread by a mosquito called Aedes aegypti and caused by a dengue virus DenV14 stereotypes. June 16th is the 96th death anniversary of Chitranjan Das, popularly known as Deshbandhu or C.R. Das. He was an Indian freedom fighter, political activist and lawyer during the Indian independence movement. Most of you don't know it, but he was a very famous lawyer who gave up his practice prestige to defend Sri Aurobindo in the Alipur bombing case. So Sri Aurobindo was defended by C.R. Das. After that, he became politically active. He is also considered as the political guru of Subhash Chandra Bose. June 17th is the World Day to combat desertification and drought. Desertification is nothing but the lack and the removal of plants and formation of deserts in that place. The day's focus is to turn the degraded land that has lost its natural productivity into a healthy land. This year's theme is Restoration Land Recovery. We build back better with healthy land. June 12th is the 99th birth anniversary of Margherita Hack by Google Doodle. She was a famous Italian professor, activist, author and astrophysicist. Margherita Hack was known as the Lady of the Stars. June 21 is the 7th International Day Yoga since 2015. Theme is Yoga for Wellness, which is aligned to the current preoccupations. June 18th is the International Picnic Day. Picnics are very important because this not only de-stresses an individual but also de-stresses a family. Picnic Day is celebrated every year to encourage everyone to go out and spend an amazingly easy and stress-free day with their loved ones. June 17th is the World Crocodile Day. It is observed across the globe on June 17th. The Mugar marsh crocodile, the estuarine and saltwater crocodile and ghadial are found in India. Ghadial are the smaller variants. The estuarine or saltwater crocodiles are the biggest, and the Mugar or marsh crocodile is also similarly of the same size. Autism Pride Day is celebrated every year on June 18th. So this is something that you have to remember because autism is becoming a very common disease, and over 1 in 160 children has autism spectrum disorder. The day was first celebrated by Species for Freedom in 2005. Sustainable Gastronomy Day is observed on June 18 across the globe. It aims to draw the world's attention towards the role that sustainable gastronomy can play in sustainable development. The day was commemorated after the UNGA in 2016. June 19th is the World Sickle Cell Awareness Day. So World Sickle Cell Awareness Day is observed every year to increase awareness and understanding of the disease and the challenges faced by its patient and their families. Sickle cell disease causes patients to have sickle-shaped red blood cells. So June 19th is the World Sickle Cells Awareness Day. SCD causes patients to have the red blood cells. June 19th is the International Day of Elimination for Sexual Violence in Conflict. This is celebrated since 2015, and the US conceived of this initiative in a bid to condemn the gender-based violence acts. June 19th is the 25th edition of the National Reading Day. Now, National Reading Day is celebrated in the honor of father of India's library movement, Puthuvel Narayan Panikkar, a teacher from Kerala. This marks the death anniversary of P.N. Panikkar, also known as the father of India's library movement. Again, coming to the next question, Piyush Goyal has represented India at the UN Trade Forum 2021. Theme was towards a green and inclusive recovery. IIT Bombay has hosted a 3-day virtual conference of BRIC Network Universities as a part of the 13th BRICS Summit. Theme was electric mobility. Chief guest was Nitin Gadkari. Rajnath Singh, Raksha Mantri, has represented India at the 8th Asian Defence Ministers Meeting Plus 2021. Now there are 10 members in the ASEAN. This is Association for Southeast Asian Nations. Myanmar and Thailand have also joined lately in this regional outfit, and Brunei is the chair of ADMM Plus Forum this year, right? So member countries are 10. Capital chairmanship of ASEAN 2021 is with Brunei. Secretariat of ASEAN is in Jakarta, Indonesia. Brunei's currency is Brunei dollar. Bandar Seri Begawan is the capital, and Prime Minister is Hassan Lal Bolika. The historic Great Power Summit between Joe Biden and Vladimir Putin took place in Geneva, Switzerland. USA's capital is Washington, D.C. US dollar is the currency. Now, this Great Power Summit was very important because a lot of tensions are arising between USA and Russia, and hopefully with their meeting they can solve that. PM for Russia is Mikhail Mishustin and President is Vladimir Putin. United Nations Global Compact has recognized Sumant Sinha, Chairman and MD of Renew Power, as one of the 10 SDG pioneers 2021. What is SDG? The full form of SDG is Sustainable Development Goal. So basically his company Renew Power, that is renewable energy based power company, has been, and he's the person who is the chairman and MD of that. He has been recognized as one of the 10 SDG pioneers 2021. Renew Power has become a participant in the UN Global Compact since 2016. Headquarters of Renew Power is in Gurgaon, Haryana. MD and chairman is Sumant Sinha. Familial Forestry has won the UNCCD's Land for Life Award for 2021. The theme was Healthy Land, Healthy Lives. The award was launched at the UNCCD COP Conference of Parties 10 in 2011. So familial forestry is an environment conservation concept of Sham Sundar Gyani from Rajasthan. Theme was Healthy Land, Healthy Lives. Headquarters of UNCCD is in Bonn, Germany. Executive Secretary is Ibrahim Thiaw. Anand Mohan Bajaj has been appointed as the member of board of the SEBI. He has replaced Tarun Bajaj, who was the revenue secretary. So Anand Mohan Bajaj appointed as the member of the board of SEBI. Headquarters of SEBI is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. SEBI is for regulating of the securities market, established in the year 1992. Yuvraj Singh has extended as the brand ambassador of Puma Motorsport in India. Headquarters of Puma is in Harzakroch, Germany. CEO is Bjorn Gulden. So former Indian cricketer Yuvraj Singh has been signed as the brand ambassador of Puma Motorsport in India. Satya Nadella has been appointed as the chairman of Microsoft. Earlier he was only handling as the CEO, but now he has been appointed as the chairman of Microsoft. Headquarters of Microsoft is in Washington, USA. Chairman is Satya Nadella, founded in the year 1975. Ambalam R. Sevalam has unelected, unopposed as the Speaker of the 15th Legislative Assembly. Chief Minister N. Rangaswamy and opposition leader R. Siva accompanied Mr. Sevalam to the Speaker's chair. So basically Delhi and Puducherry are the two states which are UTs, but they have their own legislative assemblies. Puducherry CM N. Rangaswamy, Governor is Dr. Tamil Sai Soundarajan, additional charge. Ashish Chandorkar has been appointed as the counselor in the Permanent Mission of India in the WTA for 3 years. Headquarters of WTO is in Geneva, Switzerland. 7 DG is Ngozi Ongje Iweala. Countries are 164. Exim Bank has extended a line of credit of 108.28 million to S. Watini. Headquarters of Exim Bank is in Mumbai. MD and CEO is David Rasquina, founded in the year 1982. S. Watini is in Swaziland. Mbane Lubamba is the capital and Swazi Ilangani is the currency. King is Maswati III. So basically this Export-Import Bank of India has extended this line of credit of $108.28 million loan. Now again, Exim Bank is the news. Exim Bank of India has extended a $100 million line of credit to Sri Lanka. Headquarters of Exim Bank is in Mumbai. MD and CEO is David Rasquina, founded in the year 1982. Sri Lanka's capital is Colombo and Sri Jayawardhanapure Kotte. Sri Lankan rupee is the currency. PM is Mahinda Rajapaksa. President is Gotabaya Rajapaksa. On June 16, the Asian Development Bank has approved a $484 million loan to improve transport connectivity and facilitate industrial development in Tamil Nadu. Highways under the Chennai-Kanyakumari Industrial Corridor will be upgraded. So ADB has approved this $484 million loan to improve transport connectivity in Tamil Nadu. Headquarters of ADB is in Mandaluyong, Philippines. President is Matasugo Asukawa. Member countries are 68. Tamil Nadu's capital is Chennai. CM is Muthuvel Karunanidhi Stalin. Governor is Banwari Lal Purohit. UNESCO Science Report 2021 is the gross domestic expenditure on research has been stagnant at 0.7% of GDP for years. India's research intensity has been declining since 2014. So basically, this UNESCO science report tell that the research money that needs to be spent by a nation for becoming a superpower has been actually decreasing since 2014, and it is now stagnant at 0.7% of the GDP, and it has been declining since 2014. Headquarter of UNESCO, Paris, France, and Director General is Audrey Azoulay, founded in the year 1945. The 52nd edition of the SIPRI Yearbook 2021 was released by SIPRI. This SIPRI's full form is Stockholm International Peace Research Institute. It is the 52nd edition of the yearbook. So China with 350, Pakistan with 165 and India 156 appear to be expanding their nuclear arsenals. Headquarters of SIPRI is in Stockholm, Sweden. Director is Dan Smith. Ericsson Mobility Report 2021 has said that India is going to have 330 million 5G subscribers by 2026, and it is going to, per smartphone data consumption is to grow by 40 gigabyte per smartphone. India ranks second in terms of average data consumption per smartphone in India at 14.6 GB per month. According to the Bank of America report, coming to this very important news, domestic IT companies are going to slash 3 million jobs by 2022 due to automation. So basically the time is coming for artificial intelligence, and automation are going to be slashed by 3 million jobs, and it will save them a whopping $100 billion in salaries annually, right? So all the employees who are in low skilled services and BPO roles, they are going to get fired due to this automation rules. Children and Digital Dump Site report released by the WHO, they have said that over 18 million children and adolescents working at e-waste dump sites are potentially at the risk of health hazards. Basically, this report's name Children and Digital Dump Sites, and it was released by World Health Organization. Headquarters of WHO, Geneva, Switzerland. DG is Tedros Adhanom. Member countries are 194. World Competitiveness Index is released by the Institute for Management Development. India is 143rd, first is Switzerland, second is Sweden, and third is Denmark. Headquarters of IMD is in Lausanne, Switzerland. President is Jean-François Manzoni. So the 64th nation list was led by Switzerland, followed by Sweden and Denmark. According to the Renewable Energy Market Update, Outlook for 21 and 22, released by the International Energy Agency, India is near to achieve its goal of installing 175 gigawatt capacity by 2022. The country has installed 643.66 megawatt of renewable energy capacity during May, taking the cumulative renewable capacity to 95.6 gigawatt. So very important that India will add 17 gigawatt renewable energy capacity in 2021 and 19.3 gigawatt in 2022. Headquarters of IEE is in Paris, France. Executive Director is Dr. Fatih Birol. Member countries are 30. Global Peace Index has published by the Institute for Economics and Peace, Sydney. The criteria for Global Peace Index are economic parity, gender equality, security of citizens, regardless of their regional and religious and racial diversity. So this is very, very important that who published it, published by the Institute for Economics and Peace. India is 135th out of 163 countries. Top is Iceland, least is Afghanistan. Top 3 most peaceful countries in South Asia are Nepal, Bhutan and Bangladesh. Sustainable Development Report 2021 was written by lead author and Professor Jeffrey Stash and his team at the Sustainable Development Solution Network. India has dropped 3 spots from 117 to rank 1 at 120 out of 165 countries with a score of 60.1. So Finland is the number 1 country, second is Sweden, third is Denmark in the Sustainable Development Report. Annual bank statistics of 2020 of Swiss National Bank came, and India has been placed at 51st place with the list of foreign clients' money in Swiss banks in 2020 with 2.55 billion or 20,706 crore. First is UK with 377 billion CHF, that is Swiss francs, and US is the second with 152 francs. Coming to acquisition and mergers, Canara Bank is going to acquire 12% stake in the National Asset Reconstruction Company Limited, and UBI is going to acquire up 9% stake in the NRCL or bank. So this National Asset Reconstruction Company is nothing but the new name, which is official name given to the Bad Bank of India, and Union Bank will cover 9%, while the Canara Bank is going to take 12% stake in this National Asset Reconstruction Company Limited. Tagline of Canara Bank is Together We Can. Headquarters are in Bengaluru. CEO is Lingam Venkat Prabhakar. Headquarter of UBI is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. CEO is Rajikaran Rai Ji, and tagline is Good People to Bank With. Competition Commission of India has approved the proposed acquisition of a stake in Magma HDI General Insurance Company by two entities. Under this transaction, India Advantage Fund and Dynamic Fund S4 USI and NHPE Trishul Holding will acquire a stake in the General Insurance Company. So, headquarters of CCI New Delhi, chairman is Ashok Kumar Gupta, established in the year 2003. Coming to MOU collaboration and partnerships, Emirate Group Security and GMR Aviation Academy have signed an MOU for cooperation. GMR Group is basically the fourth largest private airport company in the world. Headquarters of GMR Group is in New Delhi. Chairman is GM Rao. And this location of GMR Aviation Academy is in Hyderabad, Telangana. Chief is Parul Kulashetra Singh. Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways plus Ministry of Civil Aviation are going to sign an MOU to start seaplane services in India. Basically, the seaplane services take off and land in the sea. So this will be deployed under RCN Udan initiative of the Civil Aviation Ministry. Udan was the scheme by which the Prime Minister said that now even a person with a Hawaii chappal can do a Hawaii Yatra. 28 seaplane routes and 14 water aerodromes are in various stages of development at a cost of 450 crore rupees. MOC, that is the Ministry of Culture and Ministry of Port and Shipping and Waterway, have signed an MOU for cooperation in the development of National Maritime Heritage Complex at Lothal, Gujarat. Lothal is the city which is famous for its archaeological remains. It is in the Indus site, one of the most prominent Indus sites. So Gujarat's capital Gandhinagar, CM is Vijay Rupani, Governor is Acharya Devvrat. H Energy has signed an MOU with Petro Bangla to supply RLNG from India to Bangladesh. So H Energy's headquarters again in Mumbai, Bangladesh's capital Dhaka. MD and CEO of H Energy is Darshan Hiranandani. So this H Energy has received the nod to build, own and operate Kanai Chatta Sri Rampur natural gas pipeline. Acme Solar Holdings Limited, UNOPS SCI and IFU have signed an agreement for developing 250 megawatt solar power plant in Rajasthan. Now the project is estimated to cost $200 million. Headquarters of Acme Solar Holdings is in Gurgaon. Rajasthan's capital Jaipur, CM Ashok Gehlot. Governor is Kalraj Mishra. Headquarters of Acme Solar, the CEO of Acme Solar Holding Limited is Nikhil Dhingra. Pune-based Central Institute of Road Transport and IIM Nagpur have signed an MOU to build competencies and generate industry-oriented knowledge in transport management. So CIRT and IIM Nagpur have an MOU to build competencies in road transport management. Location of CIRT is in Pune, Maharashtra. Director is Dr. Rajendra B. Senar Patil. UNICEF and Ministry of Labour and Employment have signed an SOI. What is the for empowering the youth to gain relevant skills. So this has been launched by the Union Minister for State for Labour and Employment. Earlier he was Santosh Gangwar, now he has been changed. And the statement of intent, so full form of SOI is statement of intent with the United Nations Children Fund for empowering the youths. National Career Service was launched in 2015. Headquarters of UNICEF, New York, USA. Executive Director is Henrietta H. Fore, established in the year 1946. The Nutmeg Skirts, Parables for a Planet in Crisis. This is a book which was launched by Amitav Ghosh. Amitav Ghosh is a very, very famous author. He has great books. Sea of Poppies is one of my favorite books. And this Parables for a Planet in Crisis is set to be launched in October and will be published by John Murray. Monk in a Murk memoir is by Ashok Panagria. And he has earlier also written. So renowned neurologist Ashok Panagria's publisher has released his memoir Monk in a Murk. And Ashok Panagriya is the younger brother of Arvind Panagriya, who has just published his own book titled My Father, The Extraordinary Story of an Ordinary Man. So kindly remember that Monk in a Merc Memoir is by Ashok Panagriya, whereas Arvind Panagriya has written My Father, Extraordinary Story of an Ordinary Man. Brigadier Raghubar Singh or Dadosa, an army officer, passed away. He was a Mahavir Chakra recipient and he participated in the Burma War and went to Japan to fight. Kenneth David Kaunda, first president of Zambia, passed away. He was 97 and he served as the Zambia's first president from 1964 to 1991. Zambia's capital is Lusaka. Zambian kwacha is the currency. President is Edgar Lungu. Marquis Kido of Indonesia, a badminton player, passed away. He was a 2008 Olympic double gold medalist. He suffered a heart attack and he was 36 years old. Very sad news. Indonesia's capital Jakarta, rupiah currency. President is Joko Widodo. A statue of the Colonel Santosh Babu was unveiled at Suryapet, Telangana. He was basically the colonel, commanding officer, who was captured by the Chinese, and in order to free him, the Galwan Valley was under fire by the Indian soldiers, and ultimately the hand-to-hand combat resulted in the death of 20 soldiers and many soldiers from the Chinese side. He was awarded the Mahavir Chakra and now a statue of him has been unveiled at Suryapet, Telangana. Telangana's capital Hyderabad, CM K. Chandrasekhar Rao, Governor Tamilsai Soundarajan. High-level advisory group on sustainable and inclusive recovery and growth is formed by World Bank and IMF. Basically, the World Bank deals with giving loans, whereas IMF basically deals with dealing with the policy to reduce poverty. They are going to release this joint thing because the world is facing a dual crisis posed by the COVID-19 pandemic and climate change. Headquarters of IMF is in Washington, D.C., USA. President is Kristalina Georgieva. Member countries are 190. Headquarters of World Bank is in Washington, D.C., USA. Member countries are again 190. President is David Malpass. MD and CFO is Anshula Kant. Michael Schumacher, a retired racing driver and F1 champion, has recovered from coma after 6 years of remaining ill. Basically, he suffered head injuries in a skiing accident in 2013. He has survived, as I read his interview last night after preparing the GK, is that he survived because of the efforts by his wife as well as efforts by the doctors. Germany's capital Berlin, euro is the currency. President is Frank-Walter Steinmeier. Rocket Lab has received a contract to design 2 Photon spacecraft for NASA's ESCAPADE. ESCAPADE's full form is Escape and Plasma Acceleration and Dynamic Explorer mission to Mars in 2024. Rocket Lab has been previously awarded another NASA mission for Photon called Capstone. So headquarters of Rocket Lab is in California, USA. CEO is Peter Beck, and they have received this contract to design 2 Photon spacecraft for NASA's ESCAPADE mission to Mars in 2024. Delta variant B1.617.2 has further mutated to form the Delta Plus or A5.1 variant. So this Delta Plus has the mutation called K417N, first found in South Africa. So now it has mutated further to form the Delta Plus variant. Thin CR Technologies, this is a Pune-based startup, has developed a 3D printed face mask impregnated with antiviral agent called viricides that kill viruses. The material used for coating on the mask is a solution based on sodium olefin sulfonate, and these developed 3D printed face masks are very important as they will act as antiviral. They are coated with antiviral agents and the probability of catching a cold or a flu or anything related to viruses will be very less. Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, Central Scientific Instrument Organization. So these are the names, full forms of these 2 organizations. Kindly remember it. Council for Scientific and Industrial Research and Central Scientific Instrument Organization have developed and transferred the technology of precision iodine value analyzers. This is an instrument for the measurement of the degree of unsaturation in vegetable oils. This indigenous food testing equipment was recognized by the Food Safety and Standard Authority of India. So CSIR and CSIO have developed and transferred the technology of Precision Iodine Value Analyzer, PIVA. PIVA was recognized by the FSSAI. Headquarters of CSIO is in Chandigarh. Director is S. Anantha Ramakrishna. Headquarters of FSSAI is in New Delhi. Chairperson is Riya Tiotia. CEO is Sri Arun Singhal. Passipahai, this is a polarization survey of stars at high galactic latitudes. So PACIPI is Polar Area Stellar Imaging in Polarization High Accuracy Experiment. Right, so this leader of PACIPI experiment is Institute of Astrophysics, Greece, and leader of the group is an Indian astronomer. The project is funded by European Research Council and the National Research Foundation in South Africa. Coming to the last point of this slide, central government has issued a notification and they have amended the Cable Television Network Rules 1994. They have provided a statutory mechanism for redressal of grievance complaint of the citizens related to the content broadcast by television channels. Right, there are over 900 television channels that are required to comply with the program and advertising code laid down by the Cable Network Television Network Rules. So the amendment has been done in the Cable Television Network Rules 1994, and now a statutory mechanism has been provided for the citizens. Thank you for watching. We will be launching the mock drill 6th of the June today itself after this PPT. Thank you.